Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Ring Roadmap. So lately I've had a boxing legend comment on my video. He's Tim Witherspoon, and so today I want to talk about him, and I want to do a film study on his fight with Bruno, so let's get right into it, man. So the first thing that we'll see with Tim Witherspoon here is he's gonna cover up, and then he's gonna smother right at the beginning of the fight, okay? So that's his primary defense in the beginning. He was covering up, and then he was putting all his weight on the front foot, on the front leg, and then while he does that, he smothers his opponent, smashes his head right onto the chest of his opponent, and then he waits for the right opportunity to throw those short punches. Let's look at some more here. Again, instead of using his cross guard, he's gonna just use a high guard here, smother his opponent, keep his head on the chest of Bruno, bam, and then wait for the right opportunity to throw his hooks right on the inside. So again, cover, smother. Cover up, smother. Next thing we're going to look at is the overhand right attempt, right from that particular smother that he was doing a while ago. So over here, he's going to again put all his weight on the front foot, attempt to smother, and then he's going to try to throw an overhand from this position. But Bruno was able to delay that or disrupt that by throwing his lead hand. Boom. Okay. That position that he had right there where he dips over to the left of his opponent is a sign that he's about to throw his overhand right. Let's look at this. Another one. Let's look at another one, I should say. Again, he's going to attempt to smother, and it's a very obvious position, or it's very obvious that this position is a position where he wants to throw the overhand right. So again, lean over to the right side. He wants to throw the overhand right, but guess what Bruno did that was really good? He threw a check hook right away to prevent that right hand or that overhand right from coming. So again, here's the position, dip or slip to the right side, put all his weight on the front foot, and then try an overhand right on over the top, but is obviously not available in that particular sequence. I think this will be a better example. This will be more of a cross guard here. He's in a cross guard position, and then again he does that lean over to the left side, and then this is a position where he plans on throwing his overhand right. It did not succeed in the early rounds. Why? Because Bruno was constantly throwing his lead hand, constantly using his lead hand to disrupt the right hand of Tim Witherspoon whenever he was planning on throwing it. Okay. Now, in order to defend the right hand of Bruno, Tim Witherspoon will start to use the cross guard. This is what we saw in the middle of the fight. In the early rounds of the fight, he didn't really use the cross guard as much, but later on he did. So here you're going to see the cross guard defense being shown, parry the jab, and then use that cross guard to subconsciously defend the right hand too. And for the other punches, he just uses head movement in order to prevent those, okay? So cross guard here, defend the right hand with that right glove. And for the other punches like the hooks and the uppercuts, it also was able to block those punches because the cross guard is very tight. Okay, and it can defend a lot of punches. It can defend uppercuts, it can defend hooks. Only thing it can really defend is the body. You'll have a hard time defending the body if you use a cross guard. So you need to do a lot of dipping, you need to do a lot of head movement, just like what Witherspoon is doing at this moment or at this sequence. Using his head movement, staying low, using his footwork, right? And then moving forward as he moves his head as well, applying pressure. So again, cross guard here, parries the jab first, and then defends the right hand with that right glove on the left side of his face. Look at what Bruno did there. After he throws those jabs, he realizes that the right side of the face of Witherspoon is open, so he throws a hook on the temple of Tim Witherspoon. Okay, so that's what he did to counter the cross guard. Actually, he did use the left hook a whole lot, and not only that, he also used the jab. So let's see how Bruno was able to prevent Tim Witherspoon from getting close by using his cross guard against him. So like I said a while ago, Tim Witherspoon was using his cross guard a whole lot to defend the right hand of Bruno. So what did Bruno do? Bruno decided to use his left hand more. So as you can see here, as opposed to throwing his right hand, which will put him closer to Witherspoon, and which will put his face closer to the left hook of Witherspoon, he's gonna stay with his left hand, okay? And he's gonna keep Tim Witherspoon at bay with that left hand instead of throwing the right hand and falling for the trap of the cross guard of Tim Witherspoon. Again, here it is. Witherspoon will try to use the cross guard. He's waiting for the right hand. I'm pretty sure Tim Witherspoon is waiting for the right hand here in order for him to counter. But Frank Bruno never threw it. After he threw those jabs, he throws the hook right away. Because, like I said a while ago, the right side of the face can be vulnerable when you have that cross guard. So as you can see there, he got hit with the left hook. Okay? Bam. Boom. You know what? Let me play it in slow motion. So again, throwing a couple of jabs here. The cross guard is defending the right side of the face or the left side of the face. So the right side of the face is open. Bruno decided to throw a left hook. Bam. And then Tim Witherspoon tried to throw a left hook of his own, but by the time he lands that, or by the time he throws that, Frank Bruno is already out of range. So let's see another one. Again, Witherspoon using his cross guard here. Or no, Witherspoon didn't get to use his cross guard actually, because before he even got to do that, Frank Bruno was already able to throw his jab right here. Bam. Okay, so Witherspoon was forced to move back as a result of that. So let's see if he uses the cross guard on this situation again. Bruno, I think, will do a couple of left hands in order to prevent Witherspoon from getting into his cross guard position and then putting himself in a position where he can counter. So constantly using the jab, constantly using the left hook, and not committing on his right hand, because when he throws the right hand, that is when Tim Witherspoon gets to counter him from the cross guard position. He gets to counter him with the left hook, and it puts the right side of the face of Bruno closer to the left hook of Tim Witherspoon. So now let's look at what Witherspoon did. Instead of trying to force the issue by constantly trying to land the overhand right, here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna throw an overhand right, and then he's gonna square up, bam. Or for this one, he's actually not throwing the overhand right. He starts off with an inside slip, and as he slips on the inside here, he's gonna square up, okay? So he's gonna put himself closer to Frank Bruno. Look at this, he squares up, sets up the left hook. Frank Bruno will try to throw a left hook as he pivots away, but what ends up happening here is he ends up getting caught with this left hook of Tim Witherspoon. Bam, okay? Now let's look at some more. For this one, he's going to set it up with an overhand right, forcing Bruno to block with his elbow. As you can see here, he's going to do an elbow block. Bam. Okay, which puts the face of Bruno now closer to the left hook of Witherspoon. Witherspoon squares up, as you can see. He's much closer to Frank Bruno, and then he throws that left hook from a squared up position. Okay, which works really well because Frank Bruno was constantly watching out for that overhand right early on in the fight. So for this, he's gonna square up once again, and he'll actually switch into a southpaw stance there. Not just squared up, he's gonna switch into a southpaw stance, putting more momentum on his back leg here, putting his left leg on the rear, which also means that his left hand now is his rear hand, or his left hand is now his rear hand, and then he throws that left hook from a rear position, which adds more power into it. So again, right hand here, and then he throws a half hook, half jab. Let's see what happens. Boom, left hook right there from a relatively squared up position. Not completely squared, but nonetheless, it's a little more square than usual. So he throws the left hook on there as he's coming in and as he tried to smother. Instead of throwing the right hand, he decided to throw the left hook early or later on in the fight. So Bruno again tried to reset his game plan. He tried to throw a couple of jabs to prevent Tim Witherspoon from smothering and prevent him from closing the distance, which worked early on in the fight. But now, honestly, Witherspoon has figured out his rhythm. Okay, he knows how to move his head now. He knows how to enter the lead hand of Frank Bruno. So at this point, the jab didn't really do much anymore. So let's look at more examples here. He's gonna throw a series of jabs again, but let's see what Tim Witherspoon does here. Tim Witherspoon will just parry it with his right glove, and he's gonna pressure him forward. He's gonna force him to go backwards, and the lateral movement of Frank Bruno is gone at this point, so it didn't really do much. Now, later on again, he's gonna go back to smothering. Tim Witherspoon will go back to smothering with a cross guard, staying low, ducking down, right? So look at this, staying low, ducking down on those punches. Okay, and then moving his feet along the way. As he squares up right there, you see that left hook once again from a squared up position. He's gonna duck down here. He's squared up. bam, puts a lot more leverage on that left hook by being squared up, and by, I think the left foot is on the rear for that particular punch. So let's look at this second example. Again, Bruno is trying to jab his way into victory, trying to jab his way into points. Didn't really work. At this point, Tim Witherspoon was just smothering, was just bullying the much more muscular Frank Bruno, and he was pushing him back, throwing some left hooks on the inside, okay? Pushing him back right here, not allowing himself to be pushed by the much more muscular Frank Bruno, staying or keeping his head on the chest, sneaking in some overhand rights along the way while they are on the inside. And then again there, he throws an overhand right. And the reason why this works so much is because Frank Bruno was trying or was defending the right hands by blocking with his elbows. So let's look at how he blocked those right hands with his elbows for this one. Okay, so let's look at the right hands of Tim Witherspoon and how Frank Bruno tried to defend it. The reason why that's not effective all the time is because if your opponent is aiming for the temple, the elbow block won't really work, because the elbow block is only effective for deflecting the right hand that is coming down low. But these right hands that are being thrown by Witherspoon is being thrown at the temple, so it's not really effective to block with his elbows right here. And that's going to be the main cause of the knockout later on, which I'm going to show in just a few seconds. Okay, so again here he's going to try to block with his elbows, but guess what? This one is only effective if your opponent is far away. But Tim Witherspoon is already very close to Frank Bruno, therefore making it pointless to try and defend the right hand or the overhand right with your elbows. Okay, it's pointless. It's only good to deflect punches if the right hand is coming from far away. At this point right here, Tim Witherspoon was very close to Frank Bruno, therefore making it pointless to try to execute an elbow block to try to deflect that overhand right with your elbow. And so he almost got caught right there actually. And now let's look at the knockout, and let's look at exactly how Frank Bruno was put down by Tim Witherspoon. So there he countered him with an overhand right. Let's see the elbow block and the common mistake right here. So again, a while ago, you see Frank Bruno constantly trying to do the elbow blocks. This is the danger of the elbow block, people. If you try to block right hands with your elbows, when your opponent is already close, it's going to be pointless. Okay, so here again, Witherspoon is very close to Frank Bruno. He's going to try to block it with his elbows once again, but what happens is, it's too late. It's too late. There is no point in trying to block with your elbows, trying to deflect the right hand with your elbows, and then he's going to try to do that once again here, but it's a big mistake on Frank Bruno's part, trying to block or trying to deflect the overhand right of Tim Witherspoon with his elbows, and that's why he was knocked out. Great display, great performance by Tim Witherspoon. I hope you are watching right now, champ, and this is a video for him. So that was it. I'll see you guys soon. Very underrated fighter, very underrated fight as well. Go ahead and watch this fight, guys. It's a great display of head movement and pressure. So that was it. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out, and subscribe if you're new. All right.